Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Edward Williams, licensed physician assistant, founder and creator of Health by Any Means Necessary. And welcome to our channel. We talk about all things Black health improvement, insulin resistance, and fasting. So if you're new around here, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe button, and share this with your family, all right? Let's go ahead and get into this conversation. So what I would like for you all to do, and I just finished up a workout out here at the park, sprinting workout. And I thought about a couple of things. You know, a lot of recommendations that I make to you all about health, I do for myself. A lot of the insight that I have comes from my interaction with patients, of course, but also comes from my interaction with myself when it comes to my obstacles and things that you can say exhibits cognitive dissonance, where you say you want one thing, but you're doing something completely different. And so I get a lot of insight from my patients, but I also get a lot of insight from myself as well as my clients. And what I would like for you all to do right now is get a paper and pen out, right? I want you to think about your day, your 24 hours, and the things that you are doing throughout the day. I want you to now list out three things that you know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, is harmful to your health. Now, it will not benefit you whatsoever to try to ignore the obvious things that you know are detrimental to your health because you're just trying to save face. You doing that doesn't help anyone, and it definitely doesn't help you. This is a conversation between you and you. I'm just making the recommendations because it's a powerful exercise. Now, I want you to list out three things. If you have more than three, then definitely go ahead and list out those three things, okay? So for some people, it may be smoking, it may be drinking, it may be consumption of soda, it may be consumption of, highly processed, refined food, donuts, Slurpees, coffees that, sugar smoothies that masquerade themselves as coffee. But just go through and list them things, sitting all day long, no movement, go ahead and list those things. For the most part, I just want you to list three things. If you have more to list, then go ahead and list those three things. But I want you to put it on paper. I don't want you to put it in your phone. Don't put it in a Google Doc. I want you to have it right in front of your face, and I want it to be in your handwriting, all right? Don't outsource this to anybody else. Now, put those things down on paper. Now, what I want you to do is go through those three items that you just listed and briefly talk about why. I apologize for the wind at the park. I just wanted to make the video because the spirit hit me. So go through, and I want you to give an overview, a simplified overview of why these things are detrimental to your health. All right, so if we're talking about cigarette smoking, well, we understand what cigarettes will do to the lungs. We understand the carcinogens that are inside of cigarettes. All right, if it's eating Twinkies, donuts, overconsumption or a large consumption of refined processed carbohydrates, well, we understand that this will increase your blood sugar, make you more resistant to insulin. The majority of people in this country are insulin resistant, and we understand that it's going to increase your blood pressure, increase inflammation, cause more joint pain than you're already having, right? If it's juice, soda consumption, then quickly write down, why this is something that's detrimental to your health. You drink it, you feel a quick burst of energy, and then you feel fatigue. You feel that there's a tight correlation between the soda drinking and the increase in your abdominal mass, your weight in your stomach. So go through and write down those three things, and then write down why they are detrimental to your health, okay? Now, if you can do more, go ahead and do more, okay? Now, on that same paper, on the other side of the paper or below that, I want you to write down three things that you are doing throughout the day that is very healthy and helps improve your health, okay? So it may be the only thing you drink throughout the day is water. Maybe you actually work out at least once a day or a couple times a week. Maybe you have a green smoothie that you made at home that is majority greens. Maybe you're someone who only eats twice a day. You fast the majority of the day. Maybe you're someone who gets sufficient sleep. Maybe you're someone who stretches, So write those things down. Then I want you to go back and do the same thing that you did for the harmful things, which is give a quick overview, explanation of why those things are healthy. Well, water, we understand that the body is 70% water, your cells are 70% water. Drinking water is a law. It's not a good idea. It's a law, and laws, when you break laws, laws break you. You need it. Go through with the green smoothie. You understand that there's vitamins, minerals, enzymes that you are extracting from that green smoothie. If it's fasting, then you understand that fasting is a great thing to do. It helps you with the lipolysis process. It helps you decrease the fat in your liver. It helps you decrease the blood sugar, autophagy. There's so many benefits to fasting. And so go through and explain why those things are healthy for you. Okay, now that you've done the list of things that are harmful and you've done the list of things that are helpful, I want you to go and give a grade to yourself for your overall health. Now, this grade for your health is between you and you, but it needs to be based on reality, okay? I want you to grade yourself on a scale from 1 through 10. 10 being there is no better, there's nothing else you could do to improve your health. You are the best. You are the creme de la creme. There's nothing else you could do. 1 being you pretty much are on life support. 5 being right there in the middle. Things could definitely be worse. You're definitely not happy. You're right there in that middle. Go through, look at your current health status. Look at your current health metrics. What is your weight? Are you happy with your weight? What is your blood pressure, your blood sugar? Are you happy with these metrics? And all right, so here's another thing. I don't mean with the medications, okay? Your blood pressure and your blood sugar and your metrics in general are not real when they are coming from a medicated standpoint. That's the medications doing that. That's not you doing that. So what is your blood pressure when you're not on medications? Because that is the truth. I know they got you thinking that just because your blood pressure goes from a 180 over 100 down to a 150 over 80 when you're on medications, that you are doing the damn thing, but you're not. The 180 over 100 is truly where you're at. The other thing, where you got the medications, that's not where you're at. That's a fairy tale. It's not even real. And we know it's not real because take the medications away and you get the reality. All right, so back to where I'm at. So write those things down and then grade yourself, right? Now, once you have your grade, maybe it's a 5, maybe it's a 6, maybe it's a 7. Ask yourself, am I satisfied with this grade? Am I satisfied at a 5? Am I satisfied at being a 4? And if you're satisfied with that, now you need to project that if you're at a 4, then you're going to continue to be a 4 for the remainder of your life. Is that grade going to shorten your lifespan? Is that grade going to shorten the quality of your life? If your answer is yes, then that's something that you have to deal with. But you also have to understand that that is a reality that has to be dealt with. And you now make the decision on if you want to continue along that path. Now, if you have come up with a grade that you're not pleased with, you're not healthy with, well, this is where the uncomfortable but necessary conversation comes into play. Because if you are not happy with that 4 and you see that 4, if you continue along that path, it's going to shorten your lifespan and it's going to decrease your quality of life. Well, you ask the question, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Because you can't have it both ways. This medical system will do their best to convince you that you can have both. They will convince you that you can have your cake, you can eat it too, as long as you take your insulin, as long as you take your metformin. They will teach you that you can do those things. And I'm here to tell you that no, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You got to choose one or the other. this idea of having best of both worlds, once again, it's a fairy tale, because you can play those games all you want. You can play the metric game all you want, and you can pretend that your controlled diabetes and your controlled blood pressure based on medications is real. But when that stroke hit, or when that amputation hit, or when that kidney failure hit, when those things hit, and despite the regular metrics with the medications, that practitioner or whoever was giving you that advice and recommendations, they're going to continue on with their career. They're going to continue on with their path, and you will just be a casualty of war. You will just be a casualty of the machine, the system, because at the end of the day, they did this based on protocol. They did not go outside of the guidelines. They told you what was, quote unquote, based on the current recommendations and guidelines. So if you want to continue to think that it makes sense to take medications to falsely decrease your numbers and make them look good for several hours throughout the day, and pretend that there's not a raging fire going on in reality, then you can go that route. But I'm here to tell you that you are still at risk if you don't change these three things we're about to talk about. So if you don't like that score and you would like to increase that score, if you would like to move that 4 to a 5 or that 4 to a 6, what are you going to do about it? If you want to make improvements, it stands to reason that the first three things you should look at as far as making improvements are the things that you already wrote down on that list. So some of these things on the list, those three things on the list, some of you may have more than three, they may be a little harder to decrease or eradicate at first. So it may be easier for you depending on your personality. Some of y'all want to go 0 to 100. I'm cool with that, as long as you can remain consistent with that. Some of you want to, just put one foot in first and just try to like test out the waters, and that's completely fine, as long as you remain consistent with whatever you're going to do. So when you look at that list, for a lot of people, to quit smoking might be quite the obstacle. To quit drinking might be quite the obstacle. But what on that list can you start to improve and remain consistent with? If you're a soda drinker or a juice drinker, then maybe you start with decreasing the amount of soda and juice that you're consuming on a daily basis, and you start replacing that with water. And you remain consistent with that until you no longer are drinking soda or juice. There's no benefit to soda or juice. There's no benefit to it. All right? None. I don't care what the bottle says on it. I don't care if it says made with real vitamin C, now 100%, zinc, mineral. Doesn't matter. If your food can brag about what it has, you should walk away from it. You should run away from it. If your food can brag and talk that talk, you should run away from it. So make a decision based on that list, those three things that you wrote down. Because you said yourself, I don't know what you have going on in your life, but you said yourself that if you were to decrease these things, you said yourself that these are three things for sure that are harmful and detrimental to your health. You said it. You wrote it down. Now you have a grade. You don't like your grade. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to sit there and still continue to pretend that these things are just happening to you? Or are you going to be an adult, take responsibility and accountability for your health, and remove these three things from your life slowly? Slowly. I'm not telling you to go through 0 to 100. So the juice, the refined processed foods, the XYZ, deal with those things, okay? You can chip away at them by doing one at a time, but whatever you do, take action, okay? Take action. Because if you don't take action, that 4 will eventually become a 3, okay? And while that 4 is becoming a 3, time is still going on. And while time is still going on, that 4 is becoming a 3, those medications that you were previously on are now increasing. The doses is going up, they're now adding on different medications, and your health is slowly deteriorating. So you have to know that this is what's going on ultimately, regardless of what the medications are trying to convince you that's happening. Now, once you decide which one on that list of harmful things you're going to work at first, at the same time, I want you to look at the things that you said for sure were healthy for you. Look at those lists and make a commitment to yourself. If you're already doing these 3 things or 4 or 5 things, make a commitment to yourself to hold on to them. Don't stop doing them. You're already doing them. That's what you said. You wrote those things down. I didn't write them down. So make a commitment to hold on to those 3 things and continue doing them, because it's already working for you. It's already moving you in those directions. So now that you are working on taking away one of the harmful things and you're working on holding on to the healthy things, see what you can do about adding on something else healthy. Because the more you can add on healthy and the more you can take off the harmful part, this number where you're at, your 4, is going to move up exponentially faster. Okay, and that's what you want, because time is of the essence. Like this 15 minutes of me speaking with you all, I will not get it back. This 15 minutes of you all watching this, you will not get it back. The time that you have, you will not get back once it's gone. And so you can spend time, once again, fooling yourself with these medications, thinking that it's really helping you out, thinking that it's really improving your health, but it's not. And once you realize that the time that has gone by, no one's going to give you that back. Your doctor, your PA, your practitioner, whoever, they're not going to give you that time back. The drug manufacturer is not going to give you that back. The side effects that you had to deal with, no one's going to make that up to you. There is nothing. It's just you. So, and I say it in this bold and straightforward way because you all have to know the truth. This is your body. This is your life. This is your health. All right. If something goes wrong with it, it is you that is feeling that pain. It is you that is dealing with that suffering. It is you that is that is limited as far as the walking capacity, breathing capacity. It's you. It's not the practitioners. It's not the drug manufacturers. It's not even your family and friends. Yes, they may suffer because they have to watch you suffer, but you are the one living in that body. Okay? And so this is why you have to take ownership of it, because it is yours. And when things go wrong, it is you that is experiencing the things that are going wrong. So take a look at everything you just wrote down. The 3 harmful things, the 3 helpful things, your current health grade, and where you would like to be as far as your current your health grade. Then look at the things you say you're going to decrease or take off of the harmful list. Look at the things that you're going to continue to hold on, the helpful list. And also, the bonus is adding something on the healthy list, okay? And then take action. I don't mean take action next New Year's. I don't mean take action the first of the month. I don't mean take action next week. I'm talking about taking action that day, at the least the next day, all right? Once again, you can play like you have all the time in the world, but you don't, okay? You don't. None of us do, all right? So with that being said, take action now, all right? So that's it. That's what I wanted to speak with you all about. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all watching the video. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, and also feel free to comment below on the 3 things that you're going to work on. You know, comment below your list of 3 things that are harmful to your health, or the things that are healthy, if you are open to sharing that with us. All right. But other than that, this is your brother Edward Williams signing off. And once again, this is our community, our responsibility. We have what it takes. Let's get it. Peace.